it's going to be different. And at the end of the day, no matter what path you take, we take, I take, whoever takes, everybody is destined for their own journey. I think that's all I have to say, honestly. I've been thinking deep on, and I want you guys to hold me accountable too on what I want to share more often. I've been thinking deep on the content I want to create and what I want to focus on. So I feel, and I think, I wouldn't say I feel, I think, because you can't feel this, that I found a repetitive form of producing content to where I am comfortable being in that lane until the death of me, whether the death of me be tomorrow or until I'm 80, if that makes sense. I want to stick to the budgeting stuff with sharing my journey on how I guess went through life with my budgeting. And sometimes it was easy, sometimes it was hard, sometimes it could have been way easier, sometimes I was living too quote unquote lavish or too so again, no judge. It's more like we live and we learn. And because of everything I've lived and I've learned, I'm like, ooh, I want to share this to help people understand, like, anything is doable. Kind of like no matter the circumstances, there's always, in a way, resources. And more than anything, there's God. So I've heard stories, I've witnessed it, and I've been through stories to where I can say, you know what? That's enough evidence for me to share that, hey, I believe in that. And I'm comfortable saying that that's likely what'll happen. And if it doesn't happen, my favorite quote, God lets everything happen for a reason. So a lot of things happen that we don't want to happen. And sometimes we have no understanding. But when you sit okay with knowing that God lets everything happen for a reason, it's a deep breath that you take upon yourself and say, you know what? I let go and let God. God's got me. I'm going to be okay. And if I'm not okay, God knows why. And that's it. That's it. I guess I definitely want to share dad jokes continually here and there, puns, stuff like that, funny stuff for sure, stories that might be like encouraging to like pull to the budgeting stuff maybe. I don't want it to be too commercialized where it's like, oh, I have to do this completely. Like, no, I want to enjoy different ventures. Like I said, it's my journey of life. And just to share, I guess, with the world and leave something, not just to my kid, but to like people who I've connected with, leave something for them. Sometimes it can feel selfish. It's like, oh, you're doing all this for the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes and no. It's like, yes, but no, I know why I'm doing it at the end of the day. And that is part of it. And that's not like my main focus. And I do analyze it, but it's not like the reason why, if that makes sense. Like, if God gave me $100 to work with, I would work with $100 because I know how to budget now. If God gave me $1,000, like, I feel like, and I think that He lets me be in the positions that I am for a reason. And whether it be when I'm down bad or up good. It just doesn't really matter. I just know he's there, if that makes sense. And because I'm like an empath and can feel people, sometimes it's very hard to just move and be motivated and think positive and be appreciated and grateful, and like, it's hard. But however, you always know he's there, right? It's like, all right, I'm messing up. Nobody's yelling at me. Nobody's telling me anything. It's just me knowing that I'm doing something I'm not supposed to. And God's still right there. And when I'm good, God's still right there. And when everything's still, God's still right there. You can feel it. You can just sense it. Now that is something you can feel. It's very understanding. Like, there's no question about it. And the more you affirm, it's a good feeling, it's a good spirit, it's a good energy around you. You pray, you read the Bible, you think positive, you love others. You know that you're doing it more for than just yourself. And that's all I got, y'all. I know I've said that many times, but I guess I'm like changing topics, sharing little sections, little gems. Maybe I can cut it and put them into like shorter pieces. But we'll see what's next. For the last 3 minutes, I can share about where I am as far as the baby steps go, so people can understand, like, okay, what is he doing as far as what he was talking about. And I can cut this and separate it too as well. So I'm on baby step 1, saving $1,000. I have debt of credit card, and it's about $3,000. Now, I didn't even have enough for emergency funds before I did my taxes. Once I did my taxes and got my tax return, it was enough to cover the accountant and enough to keep me with $1,000 of emergency funds and whatever was upside down. Because after I did the budget, I can't remember exactly how much under I was before I did my taxes. I think it was like $1,500. So it was like right, like it just came in just right in the right amount, I would say. And that happened, and I'm like, okay, now I can focus on the credit card, right? I have $1,000 saved. Now, anything extra above $1,000 that I make, and I'm gonna try to share as best as I can with y'all. Any more than $1,000 that I make, I'm gonna attack the credit card. I have a budget for the credit card to make payments to pay it off before a year. But anything extra is gonna go towards that. And we'll see how longer before that year, of course, we pay it off. Where it's going to get tough, it's going to be my food budget. I already know that. I can tell y'all from the jump. I love eating. I spend on eating, and eating is just a bad habit. But we're going to get there. Anyways, like he said, shalom. Peace be with you. You have a wonderful life no matter where you go beyond this point. Peace.